Good morning. Morning, everybody. How are you all? Time for a stretch. So, make sure you have. Hi, Sue. Is that good moaning? Good morning. So, make sure you have warm clothes on. Because not going to move around too much. So, make sure you've maybe got some socks on. And maybe a jumper, some long sleeves, because the mornings are a little bit colder now. So, bolsters, cushions, blocks, pillow, strap, your mat, of course, and use of a little bit of wool would be great. I'm just going to take one quad stretch against there later on. So make yourselves down to your mats, and I'll be with you in a second. Right, so we are going to start. It looks like it's just me and you, Sue, at the moment. So I'm going to share the link quickly with the group, just in case anybody missed it. Share. Share it to a few people that might. So for a few more. Jane. Okay, right. There we go. See if anyone else wants to join in. So we're going to start. In puppy pose. So take your blocks under your hands. We'll do extended child's pose and then into puppy pose. So I'm going to need to move myself back just a fraction. And I'm going to move the camera angle slightly too, so I can see that it's set up for me standing up. We don't need that. There we go. Right. So starting, hands on the blocks. If you need to take a cushion or a bolster under the bottom, just to ease into the legs, being first thing in the morning, in order, if you can't get your buttocks to land on your heels like me, then send your hands forwards onto your blocks. Feet together, separate the knees. Close the eyes. And begin to take your focus and attention inwards. So resting your head gently on your mat. Pressing the palms of the hands firmly into your blocks. Feel the shoulders begin to open. Feel the awakening there. Allowing the belly to rest down. Starting to breathe in and out through the nose. Really focus on the breath. Bring us into the present moment. Feeling yourself arrive on your mat. in body, mind, and spirit. So feeling your hands pushing into the blocks, the fronts of the legs, shins, knees, tops of the feet pressing into your mat, into the earth. Feel the connection of your ribs, your belly maybe, onto the thighs. And feeling the rise and fall of the wave of the breath. So bringing yourself with full awareness into this present moment. Awareness with full acceptance of what is. Scanning the body, noticing the body fully, without judgment, without any criticism. Take a few more deep breaths here. Allowing the breath to lengthen. Feeling the rise and fall of the chest. As you receive the breath in, really receive the breath in. And release the breath out. So receiving positive, new, fresh air in. Releasing and letting go anything that doesn't serve you, both physically and emotionally. Letting go, releasing. Choosing, if you wish, to set an intention, a positive resolve, something that deeply resonates with you. Repeat it to yourself silently to your inner mind's eye 3 times. I am. So in the present tense, in the present moment, with full awareness. So see it definitely and clearly. Taking a breath in, lifting the chest up. And beginning to lift the hips up, so removing your bolster, your cushion, if you needed that, from underneath the buttocks. I'm going to come into puppy pose on your blocks. So stacking the knees beneath the hips or the hips over the knees. So you might need to take your knees a little bit further back. Keep the shins parallel, knees hip distance apart. Push the tops of the feet into the floor and then pushing the hands into the blocks. Slide the blocks forwards if you need to, and then resting the head down back towards the floor. Scooping the belly up. So engaging into the abdominal area. Pushing the armpits down towards your mat. So checking that you're taking nice, steady, even breaths to start. And then starting to work on lengthening the exhalation. So taking your breath in and then lengthening the exhale, releasing. So giving yourself the opportunity to release both the breath and releasing into any tightness or tension into your muscles. Take a breath in, slowly scoop the belly up, begin to engage, lifting the chest up. Take your hands off your blocks. So now we're going to take that puppy pose again, this time hands onto the floor. So this time maybe the forearms reach down, the chest starts to reach down, the chin reaches down to the mat. Take a breath in and start to feel as though you're going to dome the space between the shoulder blades, tucking the tailbone under and the pelvis. So tucking the tailbone and the pelvis. So you're starting to reach up that space between the shoulder blades, the thoracic spine up towards the sky. Hold it here. So it's like you're trying to slide the shoulder blades apart and lift the space between the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Scoop the belly up. Another 3 breaths here. Take a breath in and then resend the chest back down into puppy pose. And then take a halfway between the two. So find that place where you're tucking the tailbone under, you're lifting the shoulder blades up towards the sky, sliding them apart, and then resending the chest back down, sort of like a halfway between the two. Another 3 breaths. Inhaling to come up to all fours. Walk the knees forwards. Take a little joint health here. So stacking the hands, fingers nice and wide. Stacking the hands underneath the shoulders. Starting to make some circles around with the body over the wrists. So the hips come forwards. So your weight comes into your hands. Then go the other way. So it's like trying to draw circles with the upper body. And then come back to neutral all fours. Take the hands so that the wrists, the inner wrists face each other, so fingertips face out to the side. So your wrists are still underneath your shoulders. And take sway from side to side. So you're taking your weight into the right hand, into the left hand. And then start to lift off the wrists so that you're pressing into the joint, the knuckle joint at the base of your fingers. So as you take the weight off the side, lift to the opposite side, you're lifting the opposite wrist. Take another 5 or 6 of those. And then turning your fingertips to point towards you. You might want to bring your knees forwards just to take the weight into your legs a little bit more. So fingertips point towards you. Check you're straightening the arms, so you're shining in the creases, your elbows forwards. So go to where you feel is comfortable. So don't go to a point of any pain. Just feel the stretch in the forearms. Take some deep breaths to really breathe into those spaces where you feel the tightness. And then take your hands into fists. Start to roll yourself down onto the tops of your hands. So rolling down onto the tops of the hands, and then try to keep the fists tight. Start to straighten the arms out. Another 3 breaths. Give your hands a little shake out. Coming back to all fours. I'm going to do some scapular protractions or scapular push-ups. So stacking the hands again underneath the shoulders, fingers wide, Pointer finger facing forwards. Scoop the belly up, engage into the belly. So nice engagement of your Uddiyana Bandha and your Mula Bandha as well, if you want to engage into the pelvic floor. So you're going to push the hands into the mat and drive and dome that space between the shoulder blades. Exhale, release the chest down. It's like you're dropping the chest between the shoulder joints. Inhaling, exhaling. So working into the shoulders. A nice breath in as you push, open the chest, release down, exhale. Just another 5. Keep your gaze down to the mat, nice long neck, no tension in the face, into the neck. So keep that one nice and loose. Last one. And then taking yourself back onto your heels. So if you need to take a block or a cushion underneath the bottom. Going to lean our weight back. So fingertips face forwards. Open the chest up. And drive the hips forward. So lifting the hips slightly up and away. Open up across the chest. You can feel a lovely stretch down the fronts of the arms across the shoulders. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's like you're trying to crack open your chest and your heart is lifting. So push the tops of the feet, the shins into the mat. You can even lift the hips up and away from your cushion or your block. Look up to the sky. Take some nice deep belly breaths here. 3 more. Receiving big breaths in and releasing big breaths out. 1 more. Exhale, releasing the hips down towards your cushion. Coming down, we're going to take some pretzel arms. So take your blanket. You're going to make yourself something nice and soft to take this stretch onto. So making a nice long shape with your blanket. You're going to lay on your tummies, lay on your fronts. What I'm going to do is going to be reaching arms in opposite directions. So stretch the arms wide, fingertips are palms down or palms up, depending on how you feel. And then checking into the lower body, the legs, the hips, the buttocks. Give it a little wiggle and shake, making sure you're not taking any tension there. It should be completely relaxed. Relax the head onto the upper arm. It doesn't matter which arm you have on top. Just check your hips, glutes, buttocks, all relaxed. Relax into the face, maybe close the eyes. Nice, long, steady breath. Really work on the exhale. Nice and long, nice and releasing. As you exhale, just allow the body to soften down. 3 more breaths in. Take a breath in, lifting the chest and then switching the arms. So the other arm is forward and therefore on top. So reach the fingertips away, then recheck that lower body because it would have pumped up as you moved. So making a pillow position with the top arm. Breathe into your shoulders. Softening down on every exhale. Three more breaths, nice and full. Softening down. Taking a breath in. Going to extend one arm to the side, so maybe your left arm, and roll the left shoulder forwards. Roll over onto your right side. Bringing the left knee up into a kind of recovery position. And then taking the right foot into the floor and taking the right knee back. So you're trying to bring that right knee back. So up to you, you can either reach the hands back towards each other or place the right hand into the floor, making the for support, and then to roll the right shoulder back. Push the right knee away. This is a very intense stretch into the left shoulder. So just take it to where you feel you can. Don't take it to any point of pain. It shouldn't hurt or be uncomfortable. Push that right knee back a little bit, open into the hip. Slowly bring the knees together. Straighten out the legs, and then roll onto your front. Extend the right arm. Roll the right shoulder forwards into the mat. Then rolling onto your right side, lift the right knee up. Left foot into the floor, lift the left knee. Left hand in front of your chest, and then push the left shoulder back. Work into opening up into that left hip. Slow, long exhales. Two more breaths. Slowly lowering the knees together, legs together. Extending the legs, laying onto your stomach. Bringing the elbows down to the floor. Taking a little cobra. Take a little squeeze into the right side. So looking towards your left, your right foot. So looking over the right shoulder. Look over the left shoulder. And again over to the right. Over to the left. One more of each. And slowly release down. Push into the floor and come to seated. Cross legs and come into Gomukhasana. So option for this is to sit on a block or a cushion if you feel your hips are really tight. Otherwise, taking yourself all the way down onto the floor, stacking the right leg on top of the left. Now for this, you may need a strap for the arms. So have that to hand if you know that you can't clasp the hands behind the back. So we're going to reach the right arm up and help it along and down with the other arm. So pulling the elbow across to hold that in place, and then reaching the left hand up the back and clasp the fingers, hips together. If not, use your strap to connect the hands. Take the right arm away from the head so that you're not pushing your spine skew to the side, so making your spine nice and long and tall. Scoop the belly up, engage into your lower bandhas. Big breath in, and then exhale, hinging from your hip creases, folding forwards over the legs. So if you can't reach forwards and you want to take a cushion onto the legs, and take a cushion onto the legs so you have something for your belly, chest to land onto. Keep the elbow and arm away from the head, the lifted one. Focus on a nice steady rhythm of the breath. Two more breaths. Inhale, gently lifting up. Release the arms, give the shoulders a little shake out, and then over to the other side. So folding the right leg underneath, the left on top. A trick that I use is I push into my hands to set my legs up, so I take my weight off my legs a little bit, off my bottom, lift my bottom up to stack the legs as much one on top of the other as I can, so the knees are kind of aligned, one on top of the other. Left arm reaches up this time. Give it a little help with the other arm, other hand, and reaching up to clasp, grab the fingertips, take the elbow, head away from the side of the head so you can reach the head up nice and straight. So reaching at your backs, have your strap ready, and make yourselves a loop for your foot. So rolling down, extending the right leg up to the sky, holding onto the strap with the right hand, checking the shoulders are level, hips are level, there's no twist in the body. You can use the left hand to press into the left leg, slowly start to bring the right leg, foot down towards you. So keeping the arm, hand that's stretching up nice and straight. Breathe into the hamstring space. Seeing with every exhale if you can release the leg a little bit closer down towards you. On the next breath in, start to extend the leg out to the right. So keeping your hand on your left hand on your left leg to keep the hips stable. You can reach the left arm out now, just to counterbalance. Look to your left hand. So attempting to keep the hips pointing up rather than starting to twist to the side, because the tendency is to want to roll towards the leg that you're reaching to the side. So you try to keep that left leg glued down, the left glute glued down to the floor. Let's hold it here for another 3 breaths. Then inhaling to center. Take hold of the strap now with the opposite hand to the foot. Reach the right arm away and start to bring the foot down towards the left, looking towards your right. So now, obviously, the pelvis will twist, the hips will twist. Holding onto the strap as close to the foot as possible. Keep the right arm, right shoulder glued down to the floor. Look to your right. Three more breaths, and then we'll switch sides. Inhaling, bringing your leg back to center, take the strap off, over to the other leg. So reaching up as high as you can up the strap, close to the foot as possible. Keep the arms straight. Place your right hand on your right leg. Noticing any tightness, breathe into those spaces. So imagining with every exhale, those tight spaces are softening. Releasing and allowing access for a deeper, deeper stretch. 2 more breaths. And then opening up the hip to the side, to the left, the leg to the left. Keeping the right buttock, the right hip pointing upwards. Reach out to the right with your right hand, look to the right. Focus on keeping that right leg engaged. Three more deep breaths. Inhaling to center, switch the hands over, reach the left hand out to the side, gaze to the left, leg dropping down to the right. So bring it down nice and slowly with control. Keeping that hand, arm stretched straight. That's holding onto the strap. Big breath into center, bringing the legs up. Take your strap off. Extend both legs to the sky and then wrapping the right leg over the left. Then bending the left leg, taking the right foot behind the left calf. Drop the feet down. So the left foot's down. Going to draw arms wide. Drop your right knee down to the left. Look to the right. Feel the opening across the lower back, across the sacrum, into the pelvis. Lovely spinal twist. Inhale to center. And then take the legs back up. Left leg over right, wrap the left foot behind the right calf, bend the legs, right foot down now. Dropping the left knee down towards the mat, take your gaze to the left hand. Three more breaths. Inhale to center, hug your knees to chest. Give yourselves a lovely hug. So wrapping the arms around the front of the knees, across the shins. A little rock side to side, just a little massage. And then take your knees, hands on the knees. Draw some circles with the knees, both directions. Just a few times. Take a little rock and roll. So making a nice curve into the spine. So taking your chin towards your chest. See if you can create a lovely round shape for the spine. And we're going to take ourselves into a little squat. So what you may need to do is to roll up your blanket a little bit more. It's just to elevate the heels if you need to. So take your heels onto your blanket and then settle yourself down into your yogi squat. So taking your hands in prayer, start to push the knees away. So pushing and releasing, pushing outwards. So using your elbows to push the knees back. And then placing the hands in front of you. Going to lift the hips up, straighten up into the legs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sink the hips back down. Keep the hands grounded. So big breath in, lift the hips up, stretch into the legs. Exhale, release back down. Now if you can do this with your heels onto the mat, so remove your prop underneath your heels. So push into the earth with the hands, then sink back down with the hips. Let's do two more of those. Extend and lengthen. Exhale, release down. Breath in, breath out. Do one more. Inhaling, exhaling. Push into the earth. And then take your knees down. We're going to take some lunges. So come into a lunge position, right foot forwards. Take your fingertips down onto the mat. Going to open up the hip to the side, lifting the back leg away. So opening up into the hip. So opening up, do about 10 of those on each side. Switch sides, let's drop the knee down, other leg forwards. So tuck the back toes, lift the back leg up. It's like you're about to sprint forwards and then dropping the knee. So you're rolling onto the outer blade of the foot. I'll do it this way so you can see front on. So dropping the knee out to the side. So take about 10 of those. And drop down. Take a little pretzel lunge twist. Next, so reaching your right foot forwards. Left hand down, level with the right foot. Start to reach your right hand back and grab hold of with the right hand, the left foot. Start to take the right knee out to the side, so you're on the outer blade of the right foot. Roll the right shoulder back. Then looking over your right shoulder. And start to push the foot into the hand behind you. Five more breaths. Slowly release, switch to the other side. Left foot forwards, right hand down to the floor, reach the left hand back, grab hold of the right foot. Come onto the outer blade of the left foot, so rolling that left knee out to the side, left shoulder rolls back, look over your left shoulder, push the foot into the hand. Also push the right hip down and forwards. Let's get a nice hip flexor stretch. 5 more breaths. Push that left knee out a little bit more, so making sure you're making it all active. 2 more breaths. Slowly release down. Coming into a little lizard on blocks. So take a block, or you might even manage 2, but start with 1. So stepping your right foot forward, place it on your block. Extend the left leg back. Turn your right foot out, so it's at a 45-degree angle. And then start to bring your elbows down towards the mat. Release the tension in the neck and head, so no need to have any tension in the shoulders. That part should be fully relaxed. So choosing to hold it here, or to take another block for under the foot if you feel you've got a little bit more to give in the hip. Elbows down towards the mat. Now if you're finding your elbows don't reach, then take your cushion underneath the elbows. Three more breaths. Exhaling long, exhaling, releasing. And slowly coming up over to the other side. So start with 1 block. And as I said, if you feel you can't get your elbows down to the floor, then use your blanket or some cushions to prop up underneath the elbows. So setting your foot up onto your block. Take a little turn out of the foot. Extend the right leg away. And then bringing the elbows down. Remaining here for another few more breaths, or just taking up a notch by taking another block on top. Making sure that the back leg is extending away. Take another 3 deep breaths. Then inhaling, coming up. Taking a little quad stretch now against the wall. So take any padding for underneath the knees, your blanket perhaps. And if you need anything like a cushion for the front of the foot as it presses against the wall, because sometimes you need that too. So padding up where you feel you need it. So first, lifting the left leg shin against the wall, so the knee is close to the wall. Taking your padding for underneath the foot. can feel it with my socks being there, it's a bit slippery. Okay, so first reaching, stepping your right foot forwards. So you're in a kind of a lunge position. Push the hips down and forwards. You should start to feel a stretch in your left quad and into the left hip flexor. And then starting to step the right foot back and then bringing your chest up. So take it to where you feel is right for you. Listen to your body feedback. If it's starting to hurt or burn or in any way in the knees, then stop. Breathe to where you feel tightness, but there shouldn't be any pain. So bringing the chest back, shoulders back towards the wall. So only take it to where you can. Take the arms to the wall if you feel you can, the shoulders, the head. And take 5 deep breaths. Slowly coming down, let's go to the other side. So you may notice that one leg is stiffer than the other. That's quite normal. Past injuries, imbalance in the legs, in the hips. Let's start with our lunge position. So hips forwards down. So push the hips down towards the floor. Three more breaths here. Push the hips down a little bit more. Feel a stretch in this front leg. And then slowly sliding the left foot back. Push into the left foot so you can bring the body upright. Make any adjustments you need to. I've taken my knee a little bit away from the wall. I have problematic knees, so I'm just easing off a little bit. I'm not going for the full fold, but my heel is coming in towards my buttock. You can push the arms back against the wall, shoulders into the wall. If you can take your back fully against the wall, then do so, but just go to where you can. Push into your foot that's into the floor. Just to give you a little bit of leverage. Take another 3 deep breaths. Big breath in. Slowly coming away from the wall, releasing the foot off. Extending the legs out front. Give the legs a little stretch. A little shake. I'm going to come into our pigeon. So have a block ready to hand if you need for propping up underneath the buttock, or you can use a cushion. I use my meditation cushion. It's just about the right size, but you can use any cushion or your block. So taking yourself into pigeon. So right leg forwards, slide the left leg back. So this is where sometimes you feel like you're kind of rolling over to the side towards the bent leg, forward leg side. So that's where the cushion under that buttock is quite good. Lifting the body upright. But sending the hips forwards, chest facing forwards. And then folding forwards. Take a cushion or your blanket and relax the head down. Really extend the other leg away, so make sure it's pointing directly backwards, so your hips aren't rolling to the side, they're still facing down. If this is feeling very, very comfortable and you want to add a little bit more, then slide the foot up a little bit higher towards a 90-degree angle, just to increase the stretch into the right hip, the right glute. So choosing now to remain there, relaxing down, because you can stay there for 3 to 5 minutes. Taking your strap and taking the strap around the back foot. So maybe folding the foot back in if you had brought it up towards that 90-degree angle. Reaching down the hands on the strap to lift the back foot up. So check you're facing forwards. Walk the hands along the strap as high or as close to the foot as possible. Take 5 deep breaths. And releasing down over to the other side. So take your strap off your foot. Take the other foot forwards and the other foot back. So having your cushion, your block, your prop if you need it for underneath the left buttock. Sending the right leg directly away. Lifting the left foot up to whatever level towards the 90-degree kind of shape, if you like. Work into it slowly. So start with the leg fairly bent. And as you feel the release into the hip, then slowly you can wiggle that foot a little higher up. So just do it in increments. This is such a lovely, lovely stretch for the hips, the glutes, the pelvis. As I said, wiggle that foot up and then go back down again when you feel ready. Choice point. Yogi's choice to stay there. Enjoy that lovely stretch in your pigeon. Or taking it into one-legged royal pigeon variation. So strap onto the foot. Reaching behind the head for the strap. Five breaths. Nice and deep breaths. Slowly release the strap when you feel that you've taken enough. At least 5 breaths. Extend the legs forwards. Give them a little shake out. And then coming over onto your knees. Extend your right leg forwards. Flex the foot. Extend the hands forwards onto fingertips. Take a breath in. Exhale, folding forwards over the right leg. So checking in on your alignment, that your hip and your knee are stacked one on top of the other. This is quite easy. Or you can send the hips a little bit further back to fold a little deeper over the front leg. Reach the hands forward though, keep them reaching forwards. Flex the foot towards you a bit more. Squeeze the thigh of the right leg. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Release. And just going forwards and backwards with the foot planted into the mat. Now your choice if you want to take a little splits. Taking a block or a cushion underneath the extended leg. Reaching the arms to the sky. And then taking your hands into blocks or into the floor. Take a little lift, squeeze into the thighs. It's like you're trying to squeeze the legs together, then release back down. Do that 2 more times. Take a squeeze and lift. Squeeze both thighs, release down. Then take your support from underneath and see where you're at. Arms up, arms down. Legs forwards, give them a shake out. Over to the other side, so half splits first. Flex the foot, so having a deep stretch into the hamstring. So stacking the hip over the knee at the back, and then pushing the hip back. Reach the arms forwards, take a breath in. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Foot down, hips forwards and back. And then having a little go in your splits. So take a prop onto the front leg. Reach the arms up. Place the hands down into the floor. Now you can use blocks underneath the hands if you're too high up. But if you can use the hands into the floor, use the hands into the floor. Do your lift and squeeze. And release. Squeeze, lift. Last one. Release down. Take out your support. Have a little go, see where you're at. Arms up. And legs forwards, give them a shake out. Into Dandasana, just to straighten out the legs, straighten the back. Chin to chest, squeeze the thighs, flex the feet. Scoop the lower belly in and up, pelvic floor lifted. Then taking a cushion or a bolster on your legs, we're going to take a little forward fold. So bolster, it's nice if you have one of those. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinging forwards, landing onto your bolster. Take a strap around the feet if you can't reach the feet. Lift and lengthen on a breath in. Exhale, fold forward, Paschimottanasana, but supported with your cushion. Taking the elbows on the cushion. I'm going to turn my cushion sideways. Reaching the fingertips to point towards or away from the feet. So down the back. Deep breaths here. 2 more. Flex the feet towards you. Give your thighs a squeeze. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Release the arms, release the legs. So coming into frog. Take your blanket to support the knees, so padding up under the knees. Have your pillows, bolsters, cushions to land on in front. So choices here is to point the toes backwards away or to turn the feet so that you're on the inner blade of the foot. So you're rolling onto the feet that way or pointing the feet backwards. So your choice. Sliding the knees apart. So cushion up, that's why we're cushioning up onto the knees. And then lowering the chest down onto. So you can see, if you look at my hip, how much higher my right hip is to my left. That's because my pelvis is twisted. It has been since having children. Supposed to see an osteopath every 3 to 6 months, but lockdown, no chance. So we'll just have to wait. It's quite common for the pelvis to be twisted, which is why sometimes you find certain stretches like splits or one-legged pigeon, etc., different from one leg to the other, just because your pelvis and hips and everything are a little bit twisted, so it's going to take you out of the line of work. What we have, sliding the other side of the let's just see if you want to put the legs in the foot. Onto your bottoms. 2 more little leg stretches. 3 more, actually. Folding the left foot in, take hold of the right foot. Just taking a variation on heron. So if you can't hold onto the foot this way, then use a strap. So bringing the leg in towards you. Option here, if you have good knees, is to fold the left leg back. But for me, my knees are a little bit iffy, so I'd need to prop up underneath the right buttock. So taking heron like this. Holding here for another 5 breaths. If this doesn't feel good, then just have the leg folded in like a half-seated position for the leg. Pull the leg a little closer and release down. Over to the other side. So option, variation, have the leg folded in and extend the leg up. Or taking, you don't have to use a prop for underneath the left buttock. But taking just a little bit of pressure off the knee if you want to fold the leg back. It's like a Virasana, hero's pose leg position. So extending the left leg up. Keeping the chest nice and lifted, so not rounding through the spine. 2 more breaths. Bring the leg in a little closer. And release down. Staying on your cushion or your block. Take a pillow out front. Straddle the legs. Arms reach up, reach forwards, hinge from your hip creases, fold forwards, over your cushion. Palms up to the sky. Release the head down. So take as many cushions you need, or blocks, to have the landing for your head. So hold it here for 10 breaths. Reach the arms as far forward as you can. A little bit further with every exhale. Extend the exhale really long. Reach your hands to your feet for your last 3 breaths. Last breath in and out. Inhaling, coming up. Bring your feet together for a little Dandasana. So stay on your cushion or your block. Bring your heels nice and close to your groin. Open the soles of the feet like a book. Use your elbows just to offer the knees down a little bit further. Lift and lengthen into the spine. Then hinging forwards, forwards, forwards. Relax the muscles of the face, the neck. No tension there. Five more breaths. With every exhale, just tipping forwards that little bit more. Inhaling, coming up, then slide the feet forwards, creating a lovely diamond shape with the legs. And then soften into the back, round into the shoulders, round into the back, and just let the body just hinge forwards without any tension. Make it soft and gentle. If you have space, you can take the arms underneath the knees and let the head rest onto the feet. So take this as a restorative stretch. Three more breaths. Inhaling, coming up. And now, to make yourself nice and comfortable on the floor, taking your bolster or your blocks underneath your knees, take the legs nice and apart, rolling the feet out, so relaxing into the feet so the legs are nice, fully relaxed, and take something heavy to place on your belly. We can do some pillow breathing just to relax. Take the arms away from the body, palms facing up. Take a little wiggle, jiggle into the body just to take out any last bits of movement. So closing the eyes, just take a little scan through the body, head to toe, without any judgment or criticism. Just see how you feel. Noticing any tightness, any tension that may remain. If it remains, then see to send the breath to that space to open and expand and release the tension or the blockage. Allowing the energy to flow freely through the body without restrictions. So all the pathways are clear. The channels are clear. Softening the muscles of the face, so smoothing out the brow, the forehead, the cheeks, the skin around the eyes. Softening the muscles around the mouth, unclenching the jaw, so separating the teeth. Tongue resting heavy in the roof of the mouth, the eyes resting heavy in their sockets. Fully relaxing the face. But thinking of that inner cosmic smile from the heart. Softening into the neck, the throat, the shoulders, and into the arms. So let the arms sink into the floor heavy. Feeling the upper back, the lower back, pressing into the mat, to your blanket. Softening into the chest, into the abdomen, the hips, the buttocks, the pelvis, groin. Softening the muscles of the upper legs. Softening into the knees, the lower legs, the ankles, and the feet and toes. So softening every muscle, ligament, tendon in the body, every organ. Everything soft and relaxed. No tension. Just allowing yourself to feel heavy, sinking into the floor, fully supported. And now taking your focus and attention to your breath. Feeling the weight of your cushion on your belly. Or if you don't have a heavy cushion, then placing your hands on to rest just on your abdomen near the navel, above the navel. So starting to feel the breath opening, receiving the breath in. So starting to feel the abdomen billow outwards. So feeling it blowing up like a balloon. So blowing up your balloon, your abdomen when the breath in. So receive the breath in and fill your balloon. And then releasing and letting go on the breath out. Starting to lengthen the breath. So pinpoint your focus on these movements of the belly rising, expanding, the pillow lifting, whatever's on your belly, feel that lift, the weight of those things lifting away. And connect to your breath, to your nervous system. So imagine it's completely connected. It's like it's expanding like a tree, expanding its roots, expanding its branches, its leaves, reaching the whole of the nervous system, branching outwards. So it feels like your breath is expanding fully into your body. So taking your breath further up to your chest, your shoulders, and feel that it reaches up to the crown of the head, all the way down the arms to the fingertips, down the legs to the feet. So feel as though your whole body is breathing. And beginning to slow the pace of the breath down, so lengthen the breath in, make it even longer, just to a comfortable point, and then see if you can hold the breath there just for a few moments. Feel that expansiveness. And then releasing and letting go. So reaching your branches fully to every part of your body, expanding, expanding and expanding. Hold it there for a moment. And then releasing and letting go of the tension, any resistance, and feel it fade. So tension and resistance fades. So now making the exhale longer than the inhale. So inhaling and holding. And then seeing how long you can exhale. So really exhale long. Feel as though you're completely emptying out the breath. If you feel the belly changing, that's normal. So feel the longer exhale now. And now imagine your breath like a wave, like the tide, flowing in, holding, and then exhaling, releasing. Flowing in, holding, flowing out. Feel that fluidity of the breath. And do this a few more times, keeping your full attention, your awareness on your breath. Checking you're not creating any tension in the face or the body anywhere. Take another 2 deep breaths. Fully expanding. Brief hold and then fully letting go, emptying the breath out completely. And now just soften. Soften the breath and allow the breath to begin to settle back to its natural rhythm. No longer needing to control the breath, just let it flow naturally. So imagine the waves are becoming more gentle. The waves just lapping into the shore, gently in and gently out. Just observe them. Gentle flow, gentle breath. You can take your cushion or your pillow, whatever you used, or your hands away from your belly. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And then reaching the arms over the head, bring the legs together. Give yourselves a lovely stretch. And then slowly rolling over onto your right side. And then when you're ready, coming round to a cross-legged seated position. Keeping the eyes closed. Just keep that focus and attention inwards for just a few moments longer. Growing the spine nice and long and tall. Feel as though the crown of the head is stretching up to the sky. Shoulders away from the ears. Open the chest. Expand your chest forwards. Open the heart in a cosmic smile. Bring your hands gently together to touch. Manjali Mudra. Drawing your hands to your heart center. Honoring yourself and the time you spent this morning with gratitude and love. The light in me honors the light in you, my friends. Have a wonderful Sunday. Go with peace, go with love. Take care. Om Shanti, 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 Namaste. Thank you, friends. Have a wonderful day. Stay nice and calm. Keep that peace with you. And I'll see you hopefully sometime in the coming week. Take care. Bye.